and coming up just short against the Whitewater Whippets in a little non-conference action on Tuesday. Webb, what are you looking for tonight?
It'll be interesting to see how they rebound after that dual meet against Whitewater. Had some tough matches, and Monroe provides for a tough challenge here for this duel tonight. We're introducing the new spotlight tonight and have some youth night and alumni night action going on here too.
Yeah, exciting night to be a Panther. Youth night, alumni night, big crowd out here to watch the wrestling. Here come your Panthers, led by senior Seth Nide. Coming off a little bit of an injury. Webb, can you speak to that a little?
Yeah, had some nagging injuries that have been kind of left over from last season, but now he's coming back full health, wrestled well against Whitewater, came out with a bonus point match win, and hopefully he gets the same done tonight.
Yeah, for those of you listening at home, bonus points, anytime you can win by 8 or more, get a pin, you get some bonus team points.
I have a feeling that'll play into tonight is that this might be a match that those bonus points add up here, and it might be an important thing to swing the match here.
Yeah, Cheesemaker's got a tough lineup, so I think Coach Hookstead will be looking for those bonus points, just like you said. Yeah, so the Panthers are led by head coach Brian Hookstead and assistant coaches Pete Eckhart, Kyle Flanagan, Parker N. Howland. Coach Hookstead in his second year leading the Panthers took over for longtime coach Ned Lease.
And Monroe, the Cheesemakers, are led by head coach Tom Witt, assistant coaches John Witt and Julian Gruber. We were talking before the broadcast here is that both of these guys have been longtime coaches. They've been coaching since we were in school, so they've been around for a while.
Yeah, rich tradition down there in Monroe. Go to some tough tournaments. I think they go to the Bi-State Classic.
Yep, they've been to the Bi-State, which is a pretty difficult tournament between the Minnesota and Wisconsin schools held in La Crosse. A few guys did pretty well there for them.
Coach Hookstead and the rest of the Oregon Wrestling Team would like to welcome alumni back to the Oregon High School for a great night of wrestling. Oregon Wrestling started in 1961 with Irv Kissling as the head coach. Tonight, Oregon Wrestling is being represented by 30 wrestlers and 2 ex-coaches. Alumni from 1974 to 2022 are in attendance tonight, and we thank you for your support. Coach Hookstead would like to invite all alumni to visit the wrestling room if they choose to see the new Wall of Champions. Also, we would like you to leave your mark in the stairwell leading to the room to be permanently part of the history of Oregon wrestling. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon High School for tonight's Badger Conference wrestling match between the Cheesemakers of Monroe and your Oregon Panthers. And now, here are tonight's starting lineups. At 182 for Monroe, Kabian Ramos. And for the Panthers, Cam Pagel. At 195, for Monroe, Alex Anastasio. And for the Panthers, Tyler Wall. At 220, for Monroe, Austin Fox. And for the Panthers, Paxton Kringle. At 285, for Monroe, Isaac Bunker. And for the Panthers, Hayden Lemke. At 106, Monroe forfeits. And for the Panthers, Braden Bakken. At 113, for Monroe, Garrett Minder. And for the Panthers, Evan Fay. At 120, for Monroe, Jaden Listeco. And for the Panthers, Andy Pollack. At 126, for Monroe, Kingston McNett. And for the Panthers, Ramiro Ramos. At 132, Monroe forfeits. And for the Panthers, Tomas Newman. At 138, for Monroe, Connor Ekdahl. And for the Panthers, Evan McGill. At 145, for Monroe, Jack Dubach. And for the Panthers, Tryson Blake. At 152, for Monroe, Christian Shue. And for the Panthers, Brandon Little. At 160, for Monroe, Joe Rufenach. And for the Panthers, Seth Nide. At 170, for Monroe, Brandon Nally. And for the Panthers, Landon Schultz. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to honor America, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats and join in singing our national anthem. interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon Sports Administrator Brittany Spencer Grant, good luck to all coaches and competitors. We hope everyone will enjoy tonight's event in the spirit of positive sportsmanship.
All right, here we go. Starting tonight's match action for the Panthers is Cam Pagel at 182 pounds.
And he will be squaring off against KB and Ramos for Monroe Cheesemakers here. I see that Oregon must have won the toss here, so they get to show second here in alternating fashion.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any gamesmanship up Coach Hookstead's sleeve tonight. Looks to be a tight duel. Here we go, match action. Pagel in on a little bit of a collar tie. Looking for inside position.
Pushing out of the collar tie here. Get away from that ear-to-ear action here.
182 pounds, Cam Pagel for the Panthers. Minute 20 to go in the first period. A lot of tussling here up top. Like to see Cam Pagel work for a little bit of an inside tie, get a little better position here, see if he can work for a takedown.
Yep, we got two young guys wrestling, a freshman and a sophomore going right now. Just kind of feeling each other out here a little bit to start the match.
Pagel with a little bit of a head throw attempt, lost the control there. Cheesemakers are going to pick up two for the takedown.
Yep, and then KB and Ramos hit the slouch there to get his two. Cam did a good job to get back to his feet there. Not quite one there at the end of the mat, however.
Yep, we're going to go back to center action here. 47 seconds left in the first period. Panthers, Cam Pagel down 2-0. Pagel looking for some hand control, looking to work up for an escape.
There you go, square up to him, stand up and you're out, buddy.
Pagel's going to come up, he's going to get one here. Should be a loss of control.
Yep, there's the one.
2-1, 24 seconds to go here in the first period. Let's see if Pagel can pick up a takedown here to close out the first period.
Still working through that collar tie. Ooh, got hit
Short
by a little
time
bit of a slide
here,
by.
8 seconds. Pagel's going to give up two. Cheesemaker's looking for a pin here. 2 seconds left, one, and that's the period.
And he's going to give up the 3-point near fall there at the end of the mat, or end of the period here.
So Pagel's going to find himself in the hole 7-1 against Kadian Ramos of Monroe. Pagel's going down to start period 2. 182 pounds here from Panther Gymnasium. Decent first move there from Pagel to his feet.
Yep, he's got to get to some offense here, but first we got to either get a reversal or get away here. Ramos working the top pretty well here. He's got wrist control.
So Webb, tell our viewers at home what you really want to try to do when you're in Pagel's position here.
One, he's got to understand where he's at the edge of the mat here. That's always an advantage for a wrestler. Now he gets back to the center mat here. 2, when he's on the bottom, the first thing he has to do is he's got to move. Can't hold still, and you got to fight for that wrist control. We tell our youth guys they got to close their doors, so pinch those elbows down so you can fight for that inside control. Then work back to his feet.
Pagel on his belly. Let's see if he can work back to a base. To a base. Pagel's got to try to work hands a little bit. Might be committing the cardinal sin there, reaching back and wrestling.
Don't reach back.
Pagel in his first year of wrestling, I believe. First or second year wrestler.
Yep, like I said, two young guys going at it right now, just kind of feeling each other out. Cam was in a good spot, just gave up those bonus points at the end of the first period here. Now he's got to work his way back into it here.
Yep, we go out of bounds. 47 seconds left in the second period. Oregon's Cam Pagel down 7-1. Let's see if we can get a little momentum here in this 45 seconds from Pagel. Get to his feet, get an escape, and work into some offense. There's the whistle. Pagel with some nice hand control up to his feet. Working hands. Nice mat return there by the Cheesemakers.
Yep.
Pagel's going to find himself in a tough spot. Monroe working a half Nelson. A little bit of a reverse half there.
Yep, he's...
Pagel in a tough spot. 27 seconds left. He's got to fight this off, get to the third period, see what happens.
It's a long time to fight off his back here. Yep, unfortunately, got caught.
There's the pin with 19 seconds left in the second period. Monroe's going to start off the dual meet with 16 points, early 6-0 lead. For you viewers at home, pins are worth 16 points. Matt Weber here with me broadcasting had mentioned that bonus points could be a deciding factor tonight. Cheesemakers with an early advantage.
Yeah, that's one where you can... sometimes the pins, obviously you never want to get pinned, you never want to lose, but you don't want to get pinned. You can take a major or even a tech is a lesser points than what that pin would have been right there.
Now listening at 195 for Monroe, Alex Anastasio, and for the Panthers, Tyler Wall.
Here goes senior Tyler Wald in on a nice single leg to start off the action at 195, working right into a half Nelson, looking for the early pin here. 1:48 to go in the first period. Senior Tyler Wald picking up some early back points, readjusting here, looking to go chest to chest here to get the pin, even the score at 6-6 if Wald can get this.
Yep, he did a great job of finishing that single and then transitioning right into a half. And then lost the half a little bit and repositioned himself now. And the Cheesemaker in this case has a long time to fight off his back here.
Yeah, 1:15 to go in the first period. Looking good for Oregon's Tyler Wald. Senior Panther with the pin with 1:08 left in the first period. Tyler Wald's going to even the team score here at 6. So early bonus points for both Monroe and Oregon. That's going to take us to 2:20 in Oregon's Paxton Krengle. Just a reminder for you viewers out there, ongoing support from our local business partners help to make this broadcast possible. You can become a sponsor of OCA Media programs like this. For more information, contact Paul at ocamedia.com.
Now listening at 220 pounds for the Cheesemakers, Austin Mox, and for the Panthers, Paxton Krengle.
All right, we got Oregon's Paxton Krengle going against Monroe's Austin Fuchs.
Yep, Paxton, another young wrestler for Oregon, sophomore, in his first few years of wrestling here. Fuchs for Monroe, nice wrestler, has wrestled for a few years, an upperclassman here. But Paxton's a good, strong kid.
Looks like we're going to get an early stoppage for blood time. Krengle's going to get looked at there by the Oregon coaches, clean himself up. OCA Media broadcast on cable in communities throughout the Madison area. Please consider joining our business sponsors who help make this and hundreds of programs possible. Check out our website for more information about how you or your business can support community access television. visit ocamedia.com. So early stoppage in the action here at 220 pounds. Minute 26 to go. Oregon's Paxton Krengle in an early hole 2-0 against Monroe's Austin Fuchs.
Yep, Austin hit a nice slide by there on Paxton to get the early 2-0 lead. Now we're in a little blood stoppage time here so they can clean up the mat and patch up Paxton here a little bit.
All right, Webb, how much blood time does a guy get in wrestling? Can you recall?
No, I do not.
Put you on the spot there. It's a couple minutes, but usually it's not a factor. But just for you viewers at home, occasionally it can factor into an outcome of a match if you cannot get blood stopped.
Yep, give a shout out to Lisa, our trainer. She does a wonderful job here at OHS.
Yeah, an essential part of any athletic program. Here we go, back to match action. Minute 26 left in the first period. Paxton Krengle of Oregon down 2-0. There's the whistle. Nice maintaining of base by Krengle. Working some hand control.
Yep. Does an excellent job here so far of keeping his head up. Fox has got the wrist and the half here on him. See if he can dig out of it a little bit. Oof.
Krengle on his back, there's the pin. The Cheesemakers are going to pick up more bonus points there at 2:20 with a pin in 56 seconds of Oregon's Paxton Krengle. And that makes the team score 12-6 Monroe. So pins, an early theme here tonight at Oregon.
Yep, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, we figured that would play a role in this match. We'll see where it goes from here. At 2:20, the Cheesemaker did an excellent job of getting a wrist and a half and sinking it deep and finishing his pinning combo there.
At 285 pounds for the Cheesemakers, Isaac Bunker. And for the Panthers, Hayden Lemke.
So we got the Panthers, Hayden Lemke, another young Oregon Panther going against a fairly talented 285-pounder Isaac Bunker from Monroe. Webb, you want to speak to a little bit of the Cheesemakers wrestler there?
Yeah, he's a scholarship football player, going to one of the service academies to play football. He won the bi-state tournament. He's a very solid wrestler from top to bottom.
Working a power half there on Lemke. Lemke in an early hole here, 2-0, giving up back points. Gonna have to try to shove that hand through. There's the pin. In 40 seconds for Monroe's Isaac Bunker. You know, Lemke, young wrestler, a lot of potential there for the future here, just going up against a buzzsaw there from Monroe.
Yeah, that's a tough draw, but here's the point in the lineup where Oregon is going to start taking it back. There's a couple forfeits here, and that's going to bring us back some points here and even this out.
Now wrestling for the Panthers at 106, Braden Bakken will receive a forfeit.
So Braden Bakken's going to receive a forfeit. That's 16 points. That gets Oregon to 12, down 12-18, heading into the 113 weight class.
Yep, a lot of times when people think about wrestling, they think about the state tournament, which is more of an individual tournament. And they neglect to remember that a duel is so important to fill out a lineup. And that's one thing that Coach Hookstead has done well, is getting a full lineup out there so Oregon can compete.
Yeah, 14 weight classes. Many schools struggle to fill those lineups, but to Webb's point here, Coach Hookstead really working the halls at Oregon High School, filling out this lineup.
Yep, and here's our first dodge of the night
Receive a forfeit.
at 113. Monroe takes the forfeit so that they can bump somebody in this case and avoid a fay here in that case.
Okay, a little early gamesmanship from Coach Witt over there from Monroe. So it looks like we're going to have Oregon's Andy Pollock at 120 against Lisco.
Yep.
Jaden Lisco another freshman.
Yep.
Freshman from Monroe. And Pollock is a...
Wrestling for the Monroe Cheesemakers at 120, Garrett Minder.
Not sure
and
on
for
Pollock's
the Panthers,
Sorry about that, viewers at home.
Pollock.
So 18-18 is the team score here from Oregon High School. Heading into the 120 weight class. Andy Pollock for the Panthers. Nice head pressure here.
Yep, Lisco's got that wrist, and Pollock's doing an excellent job of driving that head into the mat, putting himself in a better position here.
Looking for a front headlock. Got to shove that head in the armpit here, and he might circle around for 2. Pollock with a nice toss there, right to his back. He's going to pick up 2 takedown, counting off near fall, looking for the pin.
He's got to lift that head a little bit and stretch that right arm out. He's got a pin here.
Yep, little readjustment here from Pollock, might work towards a pin. This could be huge. There's the pin. 57 seconds from the Panthers, Andy Pollock. That's going to put them in the lead, 24-18. What a big dub there.
Yep, I'm thinking that Monroe was hoping that they were going to bump around weights a little bit there so that they could avoid the pin, but Pollock did an excellent job catching him in the head and giving a toss to him.
Yeah, you don't want to wait around on your knees too long. Pollock caught him there. Got some good tunes bumping here tonight, Webb.
We got, it appears to be Kingston McNett at 126 for Monroe. Another freshman for them.
Now wrestling for the Cheesemakers at 126, Jaden Lystico.
Oh.
And for the Panthers, Ramiro Ramos.
There was our bump.
Ramos for the Panthers here. 126 weight class.
Good back and forth so far.
Yeah,
Couple shot attempts and
Lisco on an early single. Nice scramble there by Ramos.
got to let go of that head. There you
There's
go.
the 2 for the Cheesemakers, Jaden Lisco.
There you go.
Ramos up for a quick escape. Nice energy on the bottom, not wasting any time. Back to the neutral position. 2-1 Cheesemakers here in this 126-pound weight class match. Minute to go. Ramos looking for the big move there. Didn't quite get it on the edge of the mat.
Nope, this Jaden Listeco, nice couple sweep singles there, but Ramos, good job on bottom of not stopping the movement and getting a quick escape.
Another outside single attempt by Monroe. Fighting it off with a whizzer there is Ramos. Ramos got to get some wrist control here. Little hip in from a whizzer. Ooh. Gonna give him the 2 there.
Yeah, it's tough call, had his toes in, but got it the 2 at the edge of the mat there.
Yeah.
Ramos lost that whizzer out there on that roll, so.
Yep. Never want to stop wrestling on the edge there. Tough call, but we'll see what happens here. Ramos down 4-1, 15 seconds to go in the first period. See if we can steal a point here before the end of the period. Ramos with that early escape early in the period. 5 seconds to go here. 4-1. Lisco from Monroe. There's the buzzer. We're going to enter the second period in a little bit of a hole here. Ramos for the Panthers is going to defer to the third period. Monroe is going to choose down.
Yep, see if he can get his 4-point lead here. Little gamesmanship.
Second period, Ramos in the top position. Working some knuckle unders. Looks like a little bit of a half Nelson there.
Yep.
See if he can stretch him forward, Webb.
Yep, he's got to either swing him or kick that leg back out. Can't get in front of those arms like he just did, though.
Yep, tough position here. He might have to bail out.
Yep, got a reversal. That's 2 for Monroe.
Nice go. He's got a bar.
Yep, he's got a bar and a wrist.
Tough position for Ramos. Going to try a roll through. Tough position. 6-1. Minute 20 to go here in the second period. Long time to fight. Let's see what Ramos has in him.
See if he can keep rolling through here. He might have a chance if he can get his legs towards his head and roll through.
See that shoulders off the mat here. Ramos fighting hard. Monroe with a little bit of an adjustment there. Minute to go here, second period. Ramos in an early hole.
Oh, there you go. Good job.
Good fighting there from Ramos. There's the pin in the second period. Cheesemakers hanging tough here. 24-24 is the team score. Moving right along here from Oregon High School. 24-24 the team score. So we got a tight one here tonight, Webb.
Yep, and that's all about these the strategy of the dual meet. It's picking your matchups and where you think you can get those points at. They take the forfeits early on in order to get that bonus point there where they thought they had a better matchup.
Yep, we don't normally think of wrestling as having too much strategy. We typically think it's kind of mano-y-mano, but in a team setting, there's quite a bit of gamesmanship strategy that goes into it. Monroe with a little bit there here
32
early.
pounds, now wrestling for the Cheesemakers, Kingston McNecht. And for the Panthers, Thomas Newman.
Tomas, go ahead, Webb.
Yep, now we got Kingston McNett, the freshman from Monroe, who was originally at 26 and bumped to 32 here. Going against Tomas Newman, a sophomore for Oregon here.
Another young wrestler for the Panthers. I think the future holds bright here with our young lineup. See what Newman can come up with. 30 seconds down in the first period, 0-0 here. Newman's got some length. See if he can use that with a little bit of a snap down. Right into kind of a little bit of a cradle there.
Good job.
2 takedown Tomas Newman. Minute 10 to go here in the first period. Early lead for Newman of the Panthers.
Yep. Here comes Tomas, is crunching the head to the knee here for a cradle attempt.
Yeah, he's really got the body type for a cradler.
Yep, he sure does. Sometimes the key is using that length versus getting overextended. Great job.
Got it locked up. There's the pin. Let's go. Tomas Newman with the pin. Put the Panthers back up 30-24.
Yep, did a great job of being patient once he got that cradle set up, not rushing it. So you knew he had it stuck in deep there and got the 6 points out of that.
Now wrestling for the Cheesemakers, Connor Ekdahl. And for the Panthers, Evan McGill.
All right, 138-pound weight class, Oregon's Evan McGill.
A couple underclassmen going at it again here. The freshman for Monroe and McGill for Oregon here.
Nice high crotch attempt by McGill, right up to his knees. See if he can suck that in a little bit. Nice defense from Monroe, going to pick up a defensive 2.
Yep.
A little early there, but they gave it to him.
Yep. He's got to build back to his base now.
Power half attempt by the Cheesemakers here in the 138-pound weight class.
Yep, you can tell these Cheesemakers come from that half armbar family tree of finishers here. That's what the primary moves that they're working from. Not that most teams don't, but they're very comfortable in both of those.
Yeah, excellent point. Lots of halves, lots of bar series we're seeing tonight from the Cheesemakers.
He's got his base up. Now he's got to get his head off the mat. He'd be in a good spot.
Another power half. McGill's got to try to get some wrist control. Doing a nice job fighting that power half off. 25 seconds to go here in the first period. Nice knee slide there to his feet.
Oh, excellent knee slide. It was a good job of feeling pressure and hitting it at the right point in time. Just lost room at the edge of that mat.
19 seconds to go. Let's see if McGill can put that knee slide back together here and get an escape here to end the period. Does it again. Oh, he's get to his feet.
Keep squaring, keep squaring.
Oh, McGill's really got a nice knee slide from the bottom. 2 seconds, one, there's the horn. Oregon's Evan McGill is going to enter the second period down 2-0, but showing some good life from the bottom, which you always want to see.
Yep, and he chooses down this period.
Team score 30-24 Panthers. Tight duel tonight. Oregon's Evan McGill, second period, 138 pounds. A caution on red.
A little jumpy on top.
There's the whistle, second period action. Evan McGill, Oregon's 138-pounder. McGill working to a base. Yeah, there's the stall call for the top. Little parallel riding. Viewers at home, if you're on top, you really got to be working off to the side, working for a pinning combination. The official determined that there was not much action from the top. So.
Yep, wasn't jumping side to side, wasn't trying to get a new move, was just there to continue to maintain the same position.
So you get one warning call for stalling. Next one will be a penalty point. So best course of action for McGill here is to keep the pressure on Monroe, given that they've been warned for stalling. Good energy from McGill there on the bottom. Out of bounds we go. 1:23 to go in the second period. 2-0 Monroe. McGill really likes that knee slide.
Yep. Hit that knee slide there and looked like he was going for a little bit of a Granby, but missed the elbow there.
Yeah, Coach Hookstead, he hails from Whitewater. Hall of Fame coach Wendell Bean was Coach Hookstead's coach over there in Whitewater, and they like the Granby series over there. We're going to get a penalty point.
On the headgear.
On the headgear, so grabbing the headgear by Monroe. It's going to give Evan McGill a penalty point, 2-1 with 1:01 to go here, second period. McGill quickly up to his feet. Monroe's got to work him down here. He's already been warned for stalling. A little bit of a trip down. Out of bounds, 45 seconds to go, second period. Boy, penalty points could play a role in this match. Let's see if McGill can get to his feet.
Yeah, that stall came early in this period, changes the way this kid's going to wrestle a little bit because he can't go to that heel or go to that toe consistently. And he also has to work up from, there's another penalty.
Going to get a full Nelson, or did they call full Nelson or stalling?
Yep, full.
Okay, full.
Yep.
Full Nelson, an illegal hold in wrestling. That's going to tie the match up here for McGill. 34 seconds to go, second period. 2-2 your score. Team score 30-24. Panthers working a half there for the Cheesemakers.
He's got to switch sides here soon.
Yep. Not much action from top. He's already been warned for stalling once. McGill trying to keep the pressure on. 5 seconds to go, second period. Tight match, 2-2. McGill got a breakaway, give him one.
Oh.
There we go,
they
loss
gave
of
one.
control. There we got it. That's going to put McGill up ahead, 3-2. Entering the third period, a little bit of momentum there. Good energy from the crowd. Alumni and youth night tonight here from Oregon High School.
It's a big point right there at the end of the match.
Absolutely. Monroe's going to go down. McGill working from the top position. Be interesting to see what Coach Hookstead here has for strategy, if he's going to choose to ride him out the entire period. Minute 40 to go, third period. Oregon's Evan McGill working a cradle, up 3-2. A little bit of a loss of control, need to square up. Oh.
Give one, not two. Give one, not two. Oh, got a reversal.
Evan McGill giving up the reversal, finds himself down 4-3. Tight match, big match here, 30-24 team score. Minute 20 to go, third period. Out of bounds, we're gonna get a reset.
Got a little high there, and instead of losing control and giving up the escape, got the reversal here. So now he's got to work a little bit down a point here in the third.
Match action, minute 10 to go here, third period. Cheesemakers have been warned for stalling, working a cradle. McGill's got to work that wrist off, look away a little bit.
Yeah, he's working towards a cradle to crunch that head back to the knee here, but
let's see if McGill can put the pressure on.
Yep, doing a good job. He's got to get his hips up, and he's giving himself a chance, but Monroe's also got to get off the parallel ride here a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're close here to a stall call to tie this match up. If McGill could work to his base, I think it might force the official's hand. 35 seconds to go. Oregon's Evan McGill down 1. Third period, team score 30-24. Another cradle attempt. See if McGill can break that.
Yep, he did. Now he's back to his base.
20 seconds. Let's go, McGill.
Oh. Can't put it in the official's hands. You got to wrestle here.
12 seconds to go. McGill down 1. Panthers are going to lose a tough one here. Close match, good fighting from Evan McGill. Goes down 4-3. That's going to put the team score at 30-27.
Pretty evenly matched. Just ran out of gas there at the end a little bit.
Yep.
Now wrestling at 145 pounds for Monroe, Jack Dubach. And for the Panthers, Tryson Blake.
All right, 145 pounds. Jack Dubach, 12th grader from Monroe with an early takedown. Minute 40 to go, first period. Tryson Blake for the Panthers.
Got stacked up there.
Yeah, pretty tough wrestler for Monroe there. Quick pin, that's going to put the Cheesemakers ahead 33-30.
Yep, gave up that single. He was fighting off the half, and Dubach was strong enough to stack him up there.
With 3 matches to go.
Makes for an exciting last 3 matches here with Brandon Little and Seth Naday yet to come up for Oregon here.
Yeah, actually lining up pretty good. Strength of Oregon's team here. Brandon Little, state wrestler last year. Seth Naday,
Now wrestling at 152
also a strong
pounds.
wrestler, 3-sport
for
athlete.
Monroe, Christian Shu. And for the Panthers, Brandon Little.
Shu, also a tough wrestler from Monroe. I believe he's just coming back from injury, if I remember correctly from the conversation the other day in the wrestling room.
So should have a good match here for you at home in your living rooms. Oregon's Brandon Little against Monroe's Kristen Shu. Little going for the big move there. It's going to circle around for 2.
Gets the 2. Good job. Good mat return.
Absolutely.
I got to get those hips flat with that mat return.
Brandon Little working a crossface cradle. Got it locked up. Getting back points.
Get that bottom knee in there.
Yep, look to get that bottom knee in the side.
Yep, he's got a lot of time, so small adjustments and he'll be okay. He's got some space on the edge of that mat.
Absolutely. Nice tight position there. Going to pick up 3 back points at a minimum.
In high school wrestling, along that edge, as long as 3 points of contact are still in, a wrestler can be partially out of bounds, if you're wondering at home.
Yeah, rule change from a few years ago, which really a good rule change allows for a lot more action to take place. There's the pin for Brandon Little. Big pin from Little is going to put the Panthers back up 36-33, entering the 160-pound match.
Stand. Now wrestling at 160 pounds for the Cheesemakers, Joe Rufinot. And for the Panthers, Seth Nide.
Seth Nide for the Panthers at 160 pounds. One of the better all-around athletes Oregon has. Football player. Oh, early cradle, looking for the pin. Looks pretty tight.
Yep, once again, small adjustments.
There it is. A pin in 22 seconds from Oregon. Seth Nide putting the Panthers up 42-33 and putting the match, wrapping it up.
It's out of reach now. Let's see. It's a pride match here now is what it is.
Oregon Seth Nide wrapping up the team victory for the Panthers. Up 42-33. Little pride match here.
Another young Panther, a freshman, Landon Schultz.
Collar tie from Schultz of Oregon. Both wrestlers feeling each other out here a little bit.
Little length advantage for the Cheesemaker here.
Both wrestlers tied up, looking for an advantage here. Schultz is going to want to look for a little inside tie. Looks like he's trying to pummel in a little bit.
Ooh, tried to hit the fireman's and missed it a little bit there, but he's still in an okay spot.
Yep.
Nothing to panic.
Good job getting off his knees.
It's all right. Give up the 2. Don't give up the cradle. He's all right.
Yep.
There you go. Way to work right away.
Schultz maintaining a good base. Monroe's going to stick the legs in.
Gets both boots in and stretches them out. Probably going to look for a bar or a half here.
Tough place to be.
Yep, get a little tilt. However, you can't just sit on it. That's the same as a parallel ride here. Landon doing a good job of fighting it off despite being in a bad position.
All right, end of the first period. Cheesemakers up 2-0 in the final match of the night. Just a reminder that OCA Media is your local community access television station, broadcasting locally sourced, entertaining, and informative programs on Charter and TDS cable. Visit our website for our program guide and more information at ocamedia.com. Second period, 10 seconds down in the second period. Schultz of Oregon. Tough ride from the top, got a little bit out of a position there.
Yep, was going to drive a little bit, got a little too high and got thrown, just kind of got rolled across to his back here. Gives up 2 for the reversal. And I didn't see the count if it was 3 for the back points there too.
Tough spot here for Landon Schultz. Minute 15 to go, third period, final match. Oregon's got the team victory wrapped up. Monroe will pick up 3 near fall and then stop in the action for potentially dangerous.
Yep. Shoulder started to go across the body a little bit. They're doing an excellent job of stopping matches to prevent injuries here.
One minute left, second period, 7-0 Monroe. Oregon's Landon Schultz looking to work up to his base, get an escape, get back in this match.
Schultz is doing a good job of fighting out those halves and those bars there, keeping his doors closed and his elbows down.
Oh. Schultz doing a nice job fighting off his back.
Forgot the scoot on the sit out there a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a nice attempt there late in the period.
End of 2, Schultz of Oregon down 7-0. Going to start in the down position. A bit of a cradle attempt. Schultz fighting it off.
Yep, he's doing a great job of fighting it off. Now he's just got to work his base back up. He's squared up. Keep scooting. It's close.
Yeah, minute 10 to go here in match action. Final match of the night, 170-pound weight class. Let's see if Landon Schultz can get to his base and get back in this match here.
Landon doing an excellent job of defensive wrestling on the bottom, but on the flip side, the Cheesemakers doing a great job of keeping Landon's head buried in the mat. It's hard to wrestle from that spot.
.30 seconds to go, period 3. Oregon's Landon Schultz in a little bit of a hole here, 7-0. We're gonna get a stalling call on top there.
Yep, they hit him for stalling on the top. Little parallel ride, hasn't changed his position.
24 seconds to go, period 3. Schultz looking to get on the scoreboard here. 10 seconds to go, third period.
Keep moving.
Yeah, great fighting from Schultz here. He's going to end up on the wrong side of this one, but definitely showing fight throughout the match. That's going to wrap up things. Final score from Oregon High School, Panthers 42, Monroe Cheesemakers 36. Coach Hookstead's going to pick up the victory here in the Badger Conference. Just a reminder here that Panther Wrestling is brought to you with support from our generous sponsors, Doopy Service Center, Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join our team today and help support our student athletes, and by the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon cares. On behalf of the OCA Media Sports Production crew, thank you for watching Panther Wrestling on OCA Media Sports.